Hey guys, some things may be harder to see with the graphics because of YouTube's bit crushing, but hopefully you guys can still see what I'm talking about and I hope you will enjoy. This comment about graphics not making a game better or not being important has always been so stupid to me. I get what they're trying to say, which is graphics are less important than gameplay. However, the arguments of graphics not mattering is just idiotic. I dare say graphics is only slightly less important than gameplay. Yes, I know what you might be thinking. I'm some kind of graphics whore, and well, yes I am a graphics whore. That's not why I think graphics are very, very important. Okay, before we go on, let's just establish video games are an art, okay? Alright? We cool? Right, let's get on with the video. Graphics are incredibly important because it's the developer's lens to be able to show the player the game, which is the art they have created. Video games are an interactive visual media, and well, if the visuals are damaged because of low resolutions, low settings, or just crappy graphics, the art form is damaged because half of the most notable part of the art form is shit. Oh, by the way, watch this on a screen that is at least bigger than 6 inches, and watch it at 1080p if you can, if you actually want to see the full effect of graphics, and be able to see more easily what I'm talking about. Here, let me show you an example. This is Witcher 3 at ultra settings at 1080p. This is a marketplace in Novigrad. Look at how the shadows spread vastly and realistically, and the markets are bustling with people. The game world feels alive because the lighting is real enough to convince me this is a living, breathing world. The textures are so highly detailed they're borderline lifelike. The environmental detail is just stunning. The world is filled to the brim with little bits and pieces. The game looks great and therefore immerses me more in the game, and this will allow me to enjoy the gameplay more because I'm being visually pleased and stimulated. Now look at the game at 720p low. Your eyeballs will immediately be disgusted by the transition. Shadows are just flickering all over the joint. The aliasing is so bad it's legitimately harder to see where you're going. The lighting is incredibly unrealistic as everything looks flat and lifeless. The marketplace is far less populated and the pixel density at 720p on a 28-inch monitor is so low I cannot even see Geralt's eyeballs. Now look at Calmoran at 1080p Ultra. It's just beautiful to look at. The mountain ranges are filled with clouds that seem real. The foliage and environmental detail is vast and impressive, and the water looks amazing with decently realistic reflections. Now look at the world again at 720p low. The world is popping into view 10 meters before you get there. Trees are literally appearing out of nowhere. The grass is only just keeping up with the horse movement. The water looks basic and lifeless. Again, the art has visually been ruined because of bad graphics, and therefore my immersion and outright enjoyment of the game has worsened. My statement is low settings and low resolutions ruin graphics and therefore are damaging to the experience and art. This statement holds up in most games such as Far Cry Primal, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, etc, etc. The list would literally be too long to put in a video. However, games don't just have to be technically graphically impressive to look visually good. Art style is a very important factor to consider as well, especially for how well it'll age. Look at GTA 3 today. This game used to be a marvel of how far tech had come, but it graphically has aged as well as chicken that's been sitting in the fridge for 6 months. The game looks like shit, and there isn't much else to add to this statement. Now look at Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. This game came out around the same time, but choosing a cartoony art style has allowed the game to age splendidly. Art style is what makes analysing graphics so challenging to do, as art style is subjective and it'll depend on you whether art style makes a game look better or not. I cannot add much objectivity to the point of art style other than that cartoony art styles usually age better. Subjectiveness and personal taste is why tackling graphics is so challenging. Like, you have motion blur, a graphical effect where when you move the camera, the screen blurs. Now personally, I hate this graphical effect, but literally everyone else on the planet does as well, making the visual effect basically objectively bad.
Some sick bastard put in this terrible motion blur effect.
But then you have the debate of cartoony looking games versus realistic looking games, where personal taste comes into play so much nothing factual can really be said. However, one thing that is easy to say is graphics are important to video games. They're the visuals of the art form, and they're the tool the developer uses to create the world for you to play in. Better graphics, whether that be objective or subjective, it doesn't matter, do make video games better, and that's a fact. This is my Snowflake thought, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.